Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between towering mountains and endless forests, there lived a wise and just king named Alden. His people adored him, for he ruled with kindness and fairness. But dark clouds loomed over the kingdom of Eldoria. A terrible drought had plagued the land for years, crops withered, rivers ran dry, and the people grew desperate. The kingdom's treasury was nearly empty, and whispers of rebellion began to stir in the shadows. One fateful day, while rummaging through the ancient archives of the royal library, King Alden stumbled upon a dusty, weathered scroll. It was no ordinary scroll. It was a map, adorned with cryptic symbols and glowing faintly with an otherworldly light. The map promised a treasure of unimaginable wealth, one that could save Eldoria from ruin. But little did the king know, this map would lead him not only to treasure but to a secret about his ancestors that would change the course of his life, and his kingdom, forever. With hope burning in his heart, King Alden gathered his most trusted companions, Sir Cedric, a brave and loyal knight, Elara, a clever and resourceful herbalist, and Finn, a mischievous but skilled thief who knew the land like the back of his hand. Together, they set out on a journey to find the treasure, guided by the mysterious map. The map led them through enchanted forests where trees whispered secrets, across treacherous rivers guarded by water spirits, and into dark caves where shadows danced like living creatures. Along the way, they faced countless trials, riddles from a sphinx, a bridge that vanished at midnight, and a valley of eternal twilight where time stood still. Yet, the king's determination never wavered, for he knew the fate of his kingdom depended on their success. After weeks of travel, the group arrived at the heart of an ancient ruin, hidden deep within a forgotten mountain. The air was thick with magic, and the walls were covered in murals depicting a story long lost to history. As King Alden deciphered the symbols, he uncovered a shocking truth. His ancestors were not the noble heroes he had always believed them to be. Centuries ago, the first king of Eldoria had been a greedy and power-hungry man. He had stolen the treasure they now sought from a sacred temple, angering the gods and cursing the land. The drought, the famine, and the kingdom's suffering were not mere misfortunes, they were the consequences of his ancestors' betrayal. The treasure was not a gift but a curse, and it could only be redeemed through an act of true sacrifice. Deep within the ruins, the group found the treasure, a magnificent golden chest, encrusted with jewels and radiating a faint, eerie glow. But as King Alden reached for it, a voice echoed through the chamber, deep and resonant like thunder. Only one who is willing to give up what they hold most dear may claim this treasure, the voice proclaimed. The curse can only be broken by a selfless act of love and sacrifice. The king hesitated. What could he possibly give up? His crown? His kingdom? His life? As he pondered, Elara stepped forward. "Your Majesty," she said softly, "the greatest treasure is not gold or jewels. It is the love and trust of your people. Perhaps the sacrifice is not yours to make, but ours." Before anyone could stop her, Elara placed her hand on the chest and whispered an ancient incantation. The room filled with blinding light, and when it faded, the treasure was gone, and so was Elara. In her place stood a single, glowing seed. Heartbroken but determined, King Alden returned to Eldoria with the seed. He planted it in the heart of the kingdom, and from it grew a magnificent tree with leaves of gold and silver. The tree's roots spread far and wide, bringing life back to the land. Rivers flowed once more, crops flourished, and the people rejoiced, but the king never forgot Elara's sacrifice. He ruled with even greater wisdom and compassion, ensuring that her act of selflessness would never be in vain. The curse was lifted, and Eldoria entered a new era of peace and prosperity. And so, dear reader, the tale of King Alden and the lost treasure comes to an end. But remember, the greatest treasures are not found in gold or jewels, they are found in the love, kindness, and sacrifices we make for one another. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more enchanting tales. Like, share, and comment below to let us know what you think. What would you have done in King Alden's place? Would you have made the same sacrifice? Let us know your thoughts, and may your own adventures be filled with courage and wonder.